Well, hi guys. How's everybody doing tonight? I think we could do a little better than that. How's everybody doing tonight? There we go. So I asked that question not just because, I'm being told to lower this, though I don't know how. I think it's because I'm
just push it.
There we go. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
I appreciate that. So I asked that question not just because of the typical stand-up comedian, let me work the crowd type stuff, but because I actually do care about the answer to that. And the reason for that is I am a people pleaser. Wait, is that going to be okay with you guys? Okay, good. See, I grew up as a Midwest female in an evangelical Christian home, and so all I want is to make sure everybody else has everything they need with plenty of food in their bellies. I once asked my therapist how she had been feeling. To which I got a lecture that that's not how this works. But no, I am the worst about people pleasing and making sure everybody else is okay. I could be in the middle of my own home invasion and be like, hey, sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you guys know that the restraints around my wrists were kind of loose. So I went ahead and I made you some iced tea. I know burglary can be exhausting, and you guys need to stay hydrated. Also, I am so sorry the place is such a mess. Life has just been nuts lately. By the way, if this is a ransom situation, you're going to want to try my aunt and uncle first, then my grandparents. To be honest with you, don't even call my parents. They don't have the money and they don't even like me. The home invaders could stab me, and I'd be lying on the floor like, hey, sorry it's taking so long for me to bleed out and die. Is there anything I can get for you while you wait? Also, I noticed some of my blood on your clothes. You're going to want to hit that with a little club soda. Also, was this random, or are you guys mad at me? But while my people-pleasing levels are so high, my confidence is still really low. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions during the home invasion, like, so, what made you guys choose me? I'm actually currently listening to an audiobook about how to stop people-pleasing. I didn't want that book, but Audible suggested it. And I didn't want to hurt an app's feelings. That's how bad the people-pleasing river flows in me. Speaking of which, Carrie, right? How's this going for you? Good? You doing okay? Can I get you anything?
Doing great.
Doing great. Okay, good. Good. So as Jesse said, my name is Amanda. My last name is Hacker. And let me tell you, growing up in technology with the last name Hacker is less of a blessing and more of a curse. And to make matters worse, my first initial is A, which means I've logged into every computer my entire life as a hacker. Like, hello computer, a hacker is here, ready to log on. I thought it was supposed to be a username, not a confession. So if you couldn't tell from my outfit, I'm very excited about Valentine's Day weekend. This is not like an everyday wear situation. This is specifically for this weekend, but I do also wear it when I do singing telegrams. That's something I do on the side. I will sneak up on people in their workplaces and sing songs about them for their birthday or for Valentine's Day or whatever the situation may be. So all of that to say, I will embarrass myself in multiple mediums. Stand-up comedy is not the only one. And I just, I love. I think love is beautiful, it's wonderful. love is precious, love is kind, blah, 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 whatever else it says in Corinthians. But where I love, the word lovers makes me really uncomfortable. I just feel like the word lovers shouldn't be used unless it's sandwiched between the words meat and pizza. And you know, one Valentine's Day tradition I love are the little candy hearts. I love them because they're basically Rolaids made for people who like each other. And they're super fun and relatable when you're like brand new in a relationship. They've got all the cute little expressions, but it led me to wonder, what if they made candy hearts for people in long-term marriages? So I've got some examples for you. Be mine would be replaced with it's fine. Kiss me would be replaced with miss me, with that. That's a little bit bigger of a heart to fit all those words on there. XOXO would be replaced with TTYO. You're cute with the little lowercase u and r would be replaced with did lowercase u fart. And finally, maybe tonight, that one's going to stick around because we really never know, do we? One other Valentine's Day tradition I love is like sitting around and listening to love songs. I especially love coffee house rock, like Michael Bublé, John Legend, John Mayer. And you know, John Mayer once sang, "Your body is a wonderland." Beautiful song, except I don't really think of my body as a wonderland. I sort of think of it as Disneyland. There's too much ground to cover. There's areas that don't really fit the general theme. There's random crying. And you will find an old plate of nachos. So, I work in an office. Anybody else just get like inundated with work emails all day, every day? Yes, I see some nodding. And you know what I'm sick of seeing from the intro of emails is, "Hello, Amanda. I hope this email finds you well." You know what has never found me well? An email. You know what always finds me well? Amazon packages. And I just hope, you know, my goal for 2025 is that we're going to extinguish the phrase, "I hope this email finds you well," and we're going to replace it with, "I hope this email kills us both." I also have a lot of colleagues that like to say, you know, "Hello, Amanda, I never received blank email from you." And there is nothing more personally glorifying than forwarding the email that you already sent to them. And then you just go ahead and you hook it with a "per my last email," which we all know is dropping the gauntlet when it comes to office work. But on the downside of professional emails, a couple of weeks ago, so I'm in sales and I was reaching out to like some vendors that we're trying to work with and partner with. And so I sent like this really like eloquent, well-written email to this company, and they sent back one word: unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. You know, that's the sort of no thank you energy I'm bringing into 2025. Papa John's is having a sale, unsubscribe, because we're a Pizza Hut family now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Parents calling you, unsubscribe. Random text from an ex-boyfriend, absolutely unsubscribe. Speaking of ex-boyfriends, I had one that I would refer to as a hobosexual because he was housing deficient and his relationship was always based on whoever he could move in with at the time. Like, if he couldn't get room and board, he was out. And then when we broke up, he just sort of kept living at my home. Like, he didn't get the hint that we broke up, he should leave. Even after I was dating someone new, he just had taken over a guest room. And so I kind of feel like he went from hotter to squatter in about 5 minutes. So I'm 24 weeks pregnant. And being pregnant at almost 37 years old is rough. My body is not a fan of this. And the doctor's office has me seeing a special high-risk team out of Fort Wayne because I'm considered a geriatric pregnancy. Do you want to know what's actually high-risk behavior? Telling a 37-year-old just say I'm old and decrepit and put me in a hole. 37 is young to some, it's old to others, but all I know about 37 is I now have homework and purse ibuprofen, so... So, Girl Scout cookie season is here. Who's excited about some Girl Scout cookies? Yeah, absolutely. Well, despite my gestational diabetes, I'm still going to have Samoa. That was a terrible cookie pun. But for real, I ate like 4 sleeves of Thin Mints, and I'm not any thinner, and I need to know, do I sue the 9-year-old who sold them to me, or like Girl Scouts as an organization? But for real, I have to avoid the Girl Scouts this season because in previous seasons, I think I have single-handedly sent a couple of girls to Washington, D.C. I am just a mark for Girl Scouts. They see me walking into Kroger or Walmart, wherever they have their shop set up, and they just look me up and down one time and they decide, we're about to get some patches. Yeah. And I'm just kind of a mark in general. Like when my friends and I go to New York City, I'm the one who gets asked, hey, do you have a couple of bucks so I can get back to Jersey? Because it's this Midwest Disney princess that I put on. I smile at everybody, I make direct eye contact, I pet all the animals, I have a dead mom. If you've seen a Disney movie, you know the dead parent thing is very important. Speaking of Valentine's Day and romance, I was recently telling a friend about how my dad and my stepmom have been together for 25 years. 25 years. Anyone in this room, I know you guys have been together, what, 30? 30. Anybody else been together that long? 50 years, oh my goodness. Well, my friend was asking me, wow, I can't imagine how one person can love another person for that long. And to be completely clear, my parents wouldn't know. They're keeping their romance alive by following prison rules. It's 3 hot meals over 0 conversation, sleeping in separate cells, and absolutely no touching. But that works for them. Like, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. They've been together for 25 years, so I got to hand it to them. Speaking of marriages, I've been married a few times. 3 to be exact. That's right, marriage is so nice, I've done it thrice. My current groom is here tonight. Matt waved to everybody. So he didn't come to the December show I did because, quote, ESPN College Game Day is going to be at Notre Dame and I need to be there for that. So apparently supporting his wife's hobby comes second to his real love, the Fighting Irish. And there's his dad telling him that he raised him right. So, but no, I gave him a pass for that. I just love to tease him about it. Yeah, so I've been married 3 times, and at this point, I sort of feel like Thanos from the Marvel movies. Like, I'm gonna get a different stone on each finger. But when I snap my fingers, half my money's gonna be gone. So usually for Valentine's Day, a lot of couples like to go on movie dates. I know we did last night. Did anybody else go to the movies last night? No? That's shocking. Oh my goodness. Well, when it comes to movies, I don't do oogly boogly movies. That's what I call scary movies. I can't do them. I get way into anything I'm watching, and I end up feeling and experiencing all of it. Also, my toxic trait is asking questions about a movie or a TV show to another person when they have just as much information as I do. Plus, the most unrealistic part of the horror movie genre is this, like, everybody has this strong will to live. If I was being chased, I would just collapse. Let the zombies get me. I'm too chubby for scary movies. Plus, I joke around too much. And when you're both fat and funny, it's not the delivery, you guys. It's DiGiorno. Also, sidebar, can you imagine what would have happened with the newest Halloween franchise had Jamie Lee Curtis not been able to eat her Activia poop yogurt? Constipation is the real monster among us, and we need to keep that in mind. Anyway, I just know that if I was in one of those Saw movies, Jigsaw the Clown wouldn't scare me at all because I would just die. Like, I'm not playing your games. Honestly, he would probably get so annoyed by repeating the rules to me over and over again that he would just let me go. And I can't learn new games to save my life. I'll be hanging out with friends and they'll be like, so we got this new board game, it's called Razzle Dazzle, here are the rules. And I just black out to white noise. But part of my brain operating a little differently than most is I have ADHD. Woohoo! Yeah! Who else in here has ADHD? Raise your hand. Yes, Carrie has ADHD. First of all, I'm proud of us that we both made it here. We're both fully dressed. So, hey, there we go. I'm proud of us. But telling people I have ADHD never really comes as a shock to the people in the audience that know me, that have tried to plan a meeting with me that I was either super late for or didn't make at all. I'm not trying to be rude. My brain just legitimately thinks I can leave my house at 9:07 to be somewhere by 9 o'clock. It should have been a sign that I had ADHD when the very appointment with the doctor to talk about it got rescheduled or canceled by me 7 times before I ever made it in there. So at that point, I probably didn't need to take the assessment, but I did it anyway. They'd ask questions like, were you ever that kid that had to be constantly moved around the room? Or were you ever late getting your homework assignments turned in? Everything I was reading was check, check, check. I mean, I lit that form up like the 4th of July. And then when I finished, I finally read the instructions on top, and it said to put an X in each of those boxes. So if the assessment wasn't enough, I didn't read the instructions. I didn't even complete it correctly. So there was a 100% chance I had ADHD. And, not only do I have ADHD, but apparently the serotonin factory in my brain has been on some sort of, OSHA-initiated shutdown for years. I just sort of feel like my seasonal depression comes in a little extra seasoned, if you get what I'm saying. And it's always me trying to argue with my body, like me to my brain, please make serotonin. My brain, in its best customer service voice, I'm sorry, ma'am, that sounds like it's probably very frustrating for you. The best we can offer up is some 9th grade science facts about mitosis and some Spice Girls lyrics. Is that gonna work for you today? Or with the ADHD, me to my brain, hey, what was that work thing I was supposed to do? And my brain is like, I don't know, but Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm. We all go to our right arm, and I love that. That's the hokey pokey for Christians. Kira, you still doing okay?
I'm doing great. You got my serotonin going.
Yeah. Just checking in. This is still good. You don't need anything?
No, good, thanks.
Are you mad at me? A little. Oh my goodness. We've got to improve that. So one other fun fact about me is I am a terrible driver. But see, I'm just old school. I still drive in cursive. I also speed everywhere as if I'm in a high-speed chase like OJ, except I'm not fleeing the scene of anything. I just really want Taco Bell. And other cars will honk at me or throw up some really unpleasant hand gestures to indicate that they're not very happy with the way that I'm driving. And, it's kind of one of those things where I see myself in like an out-of-body experience, and I also don't want me to be doing that thing. I just don't know how to stop. Bad driving just happens upon me. But it also doesn't help that my driver's ed was taught to me by my dad. And anybody else taught driving by a parent whose spiritual gifts did not exactly include patience? My dad, I feel like if he opened up a driving academy, the tagline would just be, just get out and switch me, you're not ready for this. But also, I'm terrible about receiving directions. Like the second somebody says north, south, east, west to me, these are all foreign words. And I just sort of like black out again, like the directions to the board game. And people will try to like verbally give me directions on how I'm gonna get somewhere, even after I just told them I'm gonna use my phone to get there. They're like, no, you don't even have to, it's real easy. You just go down Main for 3 miles, turn left, go 7 miles, and I just smile and nod. You've now wasted both of our time, and I'm still gonna use my phone to get there. So I recently went to the dentist. I hate the dentists. I'm sorry if there are dentists in this room. Are there any dentists in this room? Oh, thank God. We're at a donut shop. So I hope not. Probably you know what on earth for a dentist in here, but no, there's something about that oral hygiene routine somebody does right before they go to the dentist. As if the hygienist isn't about to figure out in 5 minutes that the brushing, flossing, mouthwash, water pick routine you did that morning wasn't a one-time thing. We clean our mouths for the dentist like we clean our house for guests. And it's like, hurry up, make it look like it's always like this. They know. They always know. My hygienist doesn't even give me the opportunity to lie anymore. She just goes straight to, here's your prescription mouthwash because your mouth is wrecked. So I'm a millennial, which means I walk around like I rent the place. It also means I refuse to answer the phone and will text you either immediately or in 5 to 7 business days. It's weird. I can remember spending real human dollars on ringtones. And now, if this tiny device makes a single noise, I throw it into the river. And before I got pregnant, I was working out with a trainer this summer. We were exercising multiple times a week together. I hated it. I mean, I enjoyed that feeling when the workout was done, but like anything to do with convincing myself to do the workout, to actually doing the workout, was terrible. I genuinely don't understand how people do it and love the high that comes from it. You know what makes me feel high? When I see the waiter coming out of the kitchen with my food. That's an amazing high right there. And during that time, I discovered which exercises I can't do, like yoga. I can't do yoga because I can't clear my mind. I'm afraid to. The second I do, Spirit Halloween's going to open up a store in me. Plus, other women look so cute and fashionable when they're working out. They've got like their low ponies. When I try to do a low pony, I look like I'm about to go off and fight in the American Revolution. I also hate all of the grocery shopping that comes with healthy eating. And it's, you know, normally I grocery shop like somebody gave an unsupervised 12-year-old a grown-up's debit card. But when you're eating healthier, everything is produce and lean meats and 0 Uncrustables and chicken nuggets. And checking out at the store is an awkward experience because it does not matter if I give the person in front of me enough space on the conveyor belt for a farmhouse and 5 acres. They still get huffy and think I'm trying to make them buy my stuff. It's obnoxious. So I'm not very girly. I'm just not. And it makes me glad I'm having a little boy because I honestly don't know what I would do for a little girl. She'd probably say, you know, hey, I want my hair done in a cute little bow. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. She'll become a teenager and ask for makeup tips. I definitely don't know how to do that. But you would think with all of the Barbies I played with as a kid that I would have learned like thing 1 about being girly. But instead, all playing Barbies taught me is I'm now an adult who's had multiple Kens, multiple houses, multiple jobs, and you will absolutely find me naked at a thrift store. Anyway, that's my time, but before I go, does anybody need anything? Can I get anybody anything? Are you guys mad at me? Okay.